Hi, my name is Mike, and I'm a representative of federalapostille.org. I'm here to help you understand the apostille process and avoid common mistakes. One of the most common questions people ask is, what's the difference between a state apostille and a federal apostille? The main difference is who issued the document and which government office issues the apostille. A federal apostille is issued by the U.S. Department of State for eligible federal documents, while a state apostille is usually issued by a state secretary of state for eligible state-level documents. A state apostille is commonly used for documents like birth certificates, marriage certificates, state court records, notarized powers of attorney, affidavits, diplomas, and other state-issued or state-notarized documents. A federal apostille is commonly used for documents such as FBI background checks, certain USCIS records, federal court documents, patent documents, and other documents signed by a U.S. federal official. Another important difference is where the document is processed. Federal apostilles are issued through the U.S. Department of State in Washington, D.C., while state apostilles are handled by the state that issued or notarized the document. And here's where people often get confused. Just because a document is being used internationally does not automatically mean it needs a federal apostille. The real question is whether the document is state level or federal level. Also, apostilles are used only when the destination country is part of the Hague Apostille Convention. If the country is not part of the Hague Convention, the document may need an authentication certificate instead. So here's the simple version. If your document was issued by a state authority, you usually need a state apostille. If your document was issued by a federal authority, you usually need a federal apostille. If you're not sure which one your document needs, we can help you review it and guide you in the right direction. Visit federalapostille.org. More natural on-camera version. Hi, my name is Jennifer, and I'm a representative of federalapostille.org. I'm here to help you understand the apostille process and avoid common mistakes. A lot of people ask what the difference is between a state apostille and a federal apostille. The answer is actually pretty simple. It depends on who issued the document. If the document was issued or notarized at the state level, it usually goes through the state for apostille processing. If it was issued by a federal agency or federal official, it usually goes through the U.S. Department of State for a federal apostille. State apostilles are often used for things like birth certificates, marriage certificates, diplomas, affidavits, powers of attorney, and other state documents. Federal apostilles are often used for FBI background checks, federal court records, and certain federal agency documents. Another thing to remember is that apostilles are only for countries in the Hague Convention. If the country is not in the Hague Convention, the document may need authentication instead. So before you start, make sure you know whether your document is state or federal. That one detail determines the entire process. If you need help figuring it out, visit federalapostille.org.